stand on the sandbags at the muddy bottom, and let that fast-running water take our arms with it. One day some of the smaller kids in the shallow end lost their beach ball, and we could have rescued it, but we decided it should wash out to sea. The sun burned my back that day, even though it was mostly cloudy, and you said I would have to sleep on my stomach like your mom. On our way home, your dad pulled up in his little car. He was serious and forced your bike into the back seat, and you into the front. I didn't get to see you much after your mom died. Your curtains were open all the time, but my mom told me not to go over. People came and went in the evening, the glow of lamps in the living room. I was driven half nuts. The sun was out every day, and everyone was at the swimming hole except me. I was just riding my bike around and around the outside of my house, waiting for your door to open across the street and you to come out with your stupid pink hat on. The day of her funeral, I got in a fight with my mom because she wanted me to go, and she wanted me to wear the suit that she had bought me for my uncle's wedding, even though it was too small already and had a shiny collar that I never did like. We got to the church late, and me, Mom, and Dad had to sit all the way in the back row. The funeral was really long and awkward, and there were a lot of people there that we usually only ever saw at the grocery store, and I couldn't see you anywhere until the very end of it. Everyone was dressed nice, hair slicked back or bunched up or a hat on. Mrs. Stone and that fat lady that worked at the Red Circle, they were sitting in front of us and talking out loud about how bad your mom must have looked because they couldn't even open the coffin at the wake. When the minister asked everyone to stand, I kept sitting until Dad pulled me up by the collar of my coat. 2 weeks after the funeral, I had just about had enough of not going swimming, and I told Mom I was old enough to ride down to the river by myself, and that you weren't responsible at all, just tall. Something about me being so mad made her smile, but she still said I couldn't go. She tried to hug me, which was weird, and told me I shouldn't be afraid. Then she started going on about dying being just like going to sleep, even though that wasn't even what we were talking about. I asked her again, and she still said no, and when she did that, I said a bad word and your name and went and slammed as many doors in the house as I could find. I lay there on my bed then, waiting for Mom to change her mind and watching the afternoon shadows stretch and grow. Dad wasn't home yet, and Mom was working in the garden, her knees in the dirt and her big gloves on, and so I turned on the TV in my room and I went out the front door. When I got to the swimming hole, I had a crust of dust on my forehead, and I just wanted to put my whole body under water so bad, but the pool was empty, and everyone was standing around looking at it. I thought there might have been an accident, because Mom was always saying it was only a matter of time before there was an accident, the way some of the kids got on when they were at the swimming hole. Everyone was so quiet and creepy, and then I saw that they were looking at this thing. There was this thing floating in the middle of the swimming hole, and I thought for sure there was an accident until one of the kids threw a big rock at it, and the thing bobbed up and down in the water really slow and heavy. I knew it was a pig for sure, but only when I saw its feet. Its skin was gray and blue, not pink like it was supposed to be. The moving water twirled it in a slow circle, and tiny bubbles burst up and around it. The sun was hitting a swarm of flies buzzing above. No one knew exactly what to do, and neither did the lifeguard, but he said no one was allowed to go swimming. He wondered if maybe he should call someone, and I guess he did because he was gone then for a while, and when he came back there were these men in dirty clothes and big boots. They parked their green van all the way on the grass, and they lay on their stomachs next to the water with long poles, trying to hook the pig through its skin and bring it in. I thought they should take off their pants and go get it, and I must have said this out loud because Kelly Blunt from down the valley said no one was allowed in the water at all now, and she pointed to a sign on a stick they had driven into the ground. So all of us sat there in our swim trunks on the grass in the long shade of the van and watched the men fishing for a pig. And sitting there, I was thinking about school and how long the summer was, and how it felt like it would never end. And I suddenly wanted it to. I wanted to be back in school because at least I would get to see you on the bus, and maybe in the cafeteria, even though you couldn't sit with me because that would be ridiculous. 2 of the men finally managed to grab the pig by its front feet and pull with all their might until it slid out of the pool and onto the ground.